I was having a discussion with somebody recently, and I realized something among our young people today. I realized that many young people who wants to get married, many people want to get married to the right person, but they don't even know how to choose. They don't know how to choose the right person.
Okay.
I think it's something we need to talk about.
It's about choosing the right person or being the right person.
Being the right person. Oh, being the right. Being the right person is not something that is talked about.
Most of us always focus on the second person. You want to marry the right person. You want to marry the achalugo. You want to marry the odogu. That kind of thing. That dream spec. You understand? That kind of man. That way people are saying if you want kind of come and go carry trouble and cement go more than yourself.
I think it was somebody. I can't remember the exact person I heard now who said that how can you be a bathroom sleeper and wanting to marry a suit?
So the goal is to be the right person.
Yes.
Let's focus on ourselves. Let's build ourselves first.
It's more like the change you want to see in others must start with you.
Start with you. Because now when you have a growth mindset, you want to transform yourself, you want to transform the society. Like you have to be a model. People have to look at you and follow your footsteps. Because all of us have our philosophy, we have our ideology, we have our mindset, we have our programming, our belief system, our mindsets.
Yes.
You get the point? Now, if a young lady or a young man want to marry the right person, first of all, tell yourself, am I a right person? Okay. Can I marry myself? Okay, I want to ask some young people that question. If you're a lady and you want to marry a good man, if you take your version and put in a man, can you marry that kind of man? I get the question.
That's a very hard question.
Yes, now you all of us want a good thing. We want the best of life. We want a good man, the dream man, the prince charming.
No, you want the best kind of man.
Yes.
But you want that best kind of man to take you as you are.
No.
Take me the way I am.
That when I hear people say that, it annoys me so much. It breaks my heart. How can you say that this is me? If you don't like me the way I am, forget about it. Who wanna like your stupidity? Who wanna like your crude nature? The crude oil will know. Some of us have not seen crude oil. Do you know? Some people have not seen crude oil.
Yes.
But we make use of crude oil every day, like things that come from crude oil. Nobody likes crude oil in his crude nature. There are a lot of things that need to be worked on yourself, that need to be worked on as a lady. Now let's start with the ladies. Now as a lady, you want to be a right person. Let me talk to the ladies. Let's talk to our ladies now first before we go to our guys.
Let's talk about the guys first.
No.
Please. Yes.
Okay. Let's talk to our guys. Okay. You win now, no problem. Now the guys, there are 3 offices a guy need to occupy. I need to qualify to be a right partner, to be a husband, so to say.
To be a right partner.
To be a right partner. Because from right now we say, okay, the right partner is the husband. Let's call it that way. Okay. The right partner is a husband for the man.
It's like when the Bible said, "He who finds a wife has found a good thing." You have to be a wife first.
Yes.
So that you can be found. Or you have to be a wife first before you can be found.
Exactly. That are some qualities that need to be inherent in you, that need to be seen in you.
As a single person.
Exactly.
That makes you wifely.
Yeah, exactly. That makes you, when people say there's a wife in you, you say wife material, 10,000 years.
Okay.
Now you remember the story of Eliezer, the servant of Abraham in the Bible.
Okay.
When he prayed a prayer, he said, Lord, give me speed. I want any woman, any lady that will do this for me, do that for me. She'll be a wife for my God's son, so to say. Yeah, that was Isaac. Now, when Rebecca came in that scene, she did some things that said, okay, this is a kind of woman. Because Eliezer was pointing to a quality that you want to see in any of the ladies. There was no picture of any lady. He didn't come with any name. Just any lady that were exhibit this kind of quality will qualify to be a wife for my boss or my boy's son. You get the point? That was Isaac. Now, when Rebecca came in this scene, she did that. She exhibited that thing, and that was what a wifely duty. She gave water to Eliezer. Eliezer washed his feet and all that thing, and gave water to the camels. Are you see that? That's what we call hospitality. That's what we call kindness. That was so profound of Rebecca.
It just shows virtue and it shows character.
Exactly.
The fact that she can look beyond herself. In fact, there was even a description. There was a description that I heard.
Okay.
It said camels drink large amount of water.
Exactly.
And this is because camels are desert animals.
Yes, they are desert animals.
That as a desert animal, it has to drink water, a lot of water, and then store some.
Exactly.
For the journey ahead. So it doesn't just drink for now; it drinks for the future.
For the future.
So any girl or any lady who would be willing to go out of herself and feed, give drink to the man, and then give to the camel. And imagine if the camel is drinking like 5 drums.
Let's say 50 liters.
50 liters.
Okay.
She gave the camel enough for the camel to drink now.
Yes.
To satisfy. And then for the journey.
But that camel was coming from a long journey. Now, and you know that those days they draw water from the well.
Okay.
You know what it means to draw water from the well? It's a hard job. It's really a hard job.
It takes effort.
Energy to draw water from the well. Even Moses, where Moses met his wife was in the well, the daughter of Jethro. Zipporah. When they came to draw water from the well, Moses helped them to draw water from the well, and that was how Moses found her.
It's like young people should go and bring water from wells.
No. Those are metaphoric symbolism.
It's a symbolism, but
now
the track record is.
I don't want to bring.
You just met the
woman
at the well. So I think we should be going to the well.
There's something about the well. And let me tell you, should we bring Emma from this well now? Should we bring Emma from it? When we talk about well, we talk about the Holy Spirit, talk about the Spirit of God. Like Bible says, with joy shall we draw water from the well of what? Salvation. There's something about the well. The word talks about the indwelling of the Spirit. Like, it's a well. Okay. From where it becomes a river. Are you getting the point? Now, a lady let's not just rush this thing. Let's just keep that one aside. If we talk about well, now we talk about spiritual dimension of a lady. The things she need to possess. Okay. She must learn how to draw water. Draw from the Spirit. And
that way, the water inside also signifies abundance.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can always continually come and draw from, and it's a never-ending flow.
Exactly. It's a gusher. And the water talks about the word of God. Let's not go there. So we are talking to the guys. You remember? Now, a guy must have these offices he must occupy. We talk about the number one office a guy must occupy is a husband office.
I usually prefer that priest first.
Priest.
Because it takes the spirituality before you enter into the physicality. So if as a priest, for example, every single person should build their prayer life first.
Wait. Calm down. Do you know why I don't want to rush into priesthood?
Okay.
The reason why I don't want to rush into it, let me tell you. Character takes time to build.
Okay.
I know that spirituality takes time to build also. But the time to build character is longer than spirituality. That is my philosophy. That is what I believe.
Okay.
Because if you give someone 1 year now, fasting, prayer, Bible study, within that 1 year, that person will be discipled.
That person can build his spiritual stamina.
Yes. To an extent.
That's the reason why when they bring a guy that is anointed and they bring a guy that has character, for me, I would choose one that has character. I would choose the character guy now.
Yes,
because anointing, you can always.
Of course, now if you press now,
and you still under mentorship, but character takes time. Character takes years.
Yeah, exactly.
That character can even be connected to like the fruit of the spirit.
No, it's not can be. That is where we are going.
You know how fruit is now. Exactly. When you take a seed, you plant the seed, and you take months for the seed to even germinate into a stem. And then when it comes out as a tree. Exactly. That tree will still take years for it to start bearing fruit.
And you get to the point now.
So the period it's not even an automatic thing.
No. It's not. It takes years.
It takes grooming. It takes taking care of watering. Pruning. And a lot of other things.
And fertilizing.
It faces challenges of excess wind, the sun, predation, drought, and everything.
Dry season.
But then a gift, which is the gift of the spirit, you can just come and say, I like you. I like your shoe. Oh, you like my shoe? Okay, take it.
That is it. So that's why I don't want to go into spirituality. Let's take it step by. Let's take from the husband, being a husband.
Okay.
I get the point now. Now, because some of us came from homes, the character start from home. You see all these things flying about, bad husband, bad whatever, bad wife. It starts from wrong parenting.
Okay.
The root of all these problems start from wrong parenting. if a child is well parented or has good parents, didn't come from a dysfunctional home, should be a good man, should be a good husband, should be a good father.
Okay.
Because most of the things I learned today, most of the things I saw my father do these things. Like, he's a wonderful man, he's a wonderful father. You know, that love of a father, you know, that love, you can't explain, it's so overwhelming. So that's what I'm saying. Let's start from being a husband, the office of being a husband. Now, being a husband, you have to be a good husband to your wife. And the Bible says you must be a man of one wife. That means womanizing no day.
Okay.
Polygamy in nature. You say some men are polygamous in nature. You are polygamous in nature, but
No,
can you give you?
Not some, all men. All men.
I don't agree to that nonsense.
That's the quote now.
I don't agree to that. Oh, see, that's they are trying to justify their womanizing lifestyle. All men are polygamous. Who said that? Why is it said? Who said that? Eh? Who's even? Do you know the animal? There are some animals like the ego. Ego maintains one mate all through his lifetime. Do you know? Ego. That's why that ego is a very wonderful bird. Okay. It maintains one mate all through his lifetime. They talk about you, woman, was made in the image of Christ. They say that men are polygamous. Is Christ polygamous in nature? Let's ask our question. That question: is Christ, Jesus, or God polygamous in nature? Now, being a husband, there are most qualities that will make you to be a good husband. Now,
and you be a good husband before marriage.
Exactly. Now,
okay,
you need to start living out these things. This has to do with your character. Start building your emotions. Start being, learn how to be kind. Learn how to use soft words.
Learn how to learn leadership.
Learn leadership.
Very important.
I'm coming to that.
I don't know what I mean. That leadership part.
See, so some ladies prefer a provider to a leader. That's why you see some men. This guy can take care of me. He's a nice guy. He can take care of me. Is that all? Is that all? Now, you have seen ladies who has purpose, who are purpose driven. They have vision. They have purpose. Now, a man who has vision is coming to them, and a man who can pay their bills is coming. You see that they will rather choose a man who can pay their bills and leave the man who has vision. But some of these men who has vision, they don't look like it in the beginning because some of them are broke.
Because the vision have not spoken.
Even if this voice is speaking, the vision has not been, better, that kind of thing. So now, some of them don't look anything. They don't look like it. Because some of these guys who have vision, vision takes time.
Yes.
You get the point. Any man who has vision, sometimes they don't appear rich. They appear broke because they are something that is
at the beginning.
At the beginning, they are working on something. There's something is incubating. Something is boiling. Something is preparing. Something is happening inside of them.
It's a grooming process.
It's a waiting process.
Okay.
Now, you see a lady who has vision. Because I know a lady who has so wonderful vision and all that. Now, there are guys coming for her hand in marriage. This one don't drive car. This one have a good accommodation and all that. He's make some money. But the other guy doesn't have money. He doesn't even have a good accommodation. He's just trekking. Was
this his leg at this
that moment, you have seen a future. You have seen a prospect. You rather choose the future than the prospect. No, be so.
True.
So some ladies will rather choose the future. The reality is this one don't done.
As in
I don't know. This is your prospect. This thing when they talk about. I don't know how it will be. I rather choose someone I don't see.
It's actually a risk to even follow a man on vision. It's risky because you don't know whether his vision will eventually happen or not. It's just like it's just like that Talaperi movie. I think it's Acrimony or something where the lady believed in the guy
for years.
Sorry. Spent all her inheritance on the guy. She was believing in his vision. She was putting money into it. All the experiments he was doing, it was her funding and everything. And she was doing everything for the guy and believing everything.
But she was not patient enough.
Anyway, patient enough. How many years? What are you saying?
They get
How many years? So it's actually risky if you look at it from a lady's perspective.
Yes.
It's risky to follow a man on vision.
Of course, life is all about risk. Life is all about risk. So if you're not willing to take the risk, you will not join the big guys. That is it. Every guy you see on the top today took risk. Yes, if any great person telling you anything and avoiding risk, he's not telling you the truth because there are time and in their journey they took a very big risk. That is either I perish or I perish.
And everyone who I've ever mentioned, I perished. Everyone
and they didn't let her die.
Said, if I perish, I perish. They didn't let her die.
Okay, now to be a husband, you have to work on yourself emotionally. You have to work on your emotions. I've seen guys who have emotional mood swing.
Guys.
Who has temper.
Guys who have
Who
Muslim.
keep malice. Even that one they bust my brain. How can a man be keeping malice? How? How did you get here? Like I know of a young guy who is married now, a young guy he's not eating his wife food because his wife, I don't know what his wife did to him. I don't know. He started cooking his own. I was like, how did you get here? You're not qualified to be a husband. If I had the power, I would just drag out of that marriage to go back to discipleship class and go back to grooming and groom training. How? You see, you're a husband. Your wife provoke you. You stop eating her food. You start cooking your own. You start keeping malice with your wife. How? How did you get here?
What happened to the place of communication?
Oh my God! It's
place
so.
of having a discussion about it.
See. When I see some guys need to learn. Like I'll see a grown man in his 30s. He's behaving like a kid. What do you do with your life? Where you not growing? Where you not reading book? Where you not developing yourself?
Where you not going for training? Where
you not going for training?
They're not going for training. See.
I'm done.
Wait. What do you mean? Go and check every seminar you know. Every training that is currently going on around you.
You want to judge our guys?
Yes. Check every training going on around you. Every seminar around you. Check conferences.
Okay.
90% of the people of the gender in those conferences are ladies.
Are you for real?
Yes. Why you see the ladies training themselves, the ladies developing themselves, the ladies working on
true.
themselves, grooming themselves? Guess where the guys are?
Football.
Hustling.
They're
hustling. And I'm not demeaning the place of hustling or the place of a man catering, looking for what to eat another, but it should be a side by side something. There should be a balance. Okay. Why you are chasing money, why you are going trying so hard to be able to establish yourself financially. You should also be growing mentally. Okay. You should be growing in your leadership skills. You should be growing in different aspects of your life. Because one of the lies that they told our young guys is that once you make money, every other thing will fall into place. All the ladies will pursue you, and that's all that matters. Make money, and they will flock around you. That's all that matters. So,
but that is not the truth. That is not.
It's not true. So it is no longer a news.
Okay.
To find out that why the ladies are working on themselves, why they are developing themselves, they are reading books, they are going for seminar, conferences, prayer meetings. The guys are hustling. They are hustling somewhere. You will see most guys, not even many guys. They are hustling.
Why are you judging us?
And I appreciate the fact that they are intentional about looking for financial resources to take care of their current family and their future family.
Okay.
Beautiful. But that shouldn't stop them from developing themselves.
Okay.
So by the time they are eventually ready to get married, the untrained men who have spent many years of their life looking for money will now marry a trained lady, a lady that usually how people normally do it. Now when people have finished hustling for money and you now have the money, you have become an odogu in cash, then you now come to church. They'll come to church and then start looking for scanning. They look for one prayerful lady that they will grab. That she will come and be praying for them. Are you seeing the idea? Are you seeing the mentality? So wait, I'm not done. This untrained man eventually marries this trained lady, and then brings her into his home and starts showing her shaking. Because no matter how good an omelette you want to make, if one of the eggs is bad, doesn't matter how good the remaining 4 is, it will mess up everything. So everything, all the training she has gotten and everything she has done will be crushed on the floor. The man is not trained.
It's okay. You judge us enough of the judgment. You see, our guys, it's not really our fault.
Okay.
It's not really our fault. You see,
fault it is?
The society has created this model for us. That as a guy, you need to make money.
True.
To prove your responsibility.
True,
to prove that you are man enough. And most of us we don't have mentors. They didn't teach us right. Our fathers didn't know better anyway. Because every day we see our father. Like one guy was telling me that in a month, he can only see his father once or twice.
In a month.
They are living in the same household. Like the father by 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. is gone. He'll come back around 12 a.m. By that time they have slept.
Are they living in Lagos?
No, not in Lagos.
That
should be abandoned. The man is a businessman. He leaves very early in the morning, comes and leaves in the night. Like they only get to see their father maybe on Sundays. But they are sleeping in the same home. I get the point. Now we grew up.
will you call that boy, that young guy, trained now?
No,
The father was not present in his
yes,
life.
he
Was chasing money to be able to take care of the children.
Exactly.
And he forgot the other valuable part of mentorship.
See the point. So some of us, there's no fatherly training in our life. We missed it. Our fathers didn't place place value on that area. They think just pay their bills,
Once
pay their
you're
school
able to
fees, provide food for them is enough. It's not really enough. Some of the children need us. They need to tell us the right things to do. Like when your father sits you down, like growing up, my father would always sit us down and tell us about womanizing. Tell us, don't pursue woman, do this one, don't do this one. He told us his womanizing stories, how he typed one girl, that one broke his heart, and all those. And we learn from those stories. That's the good thing about my father. He taught us in that area. Bible study, womanizing stories, and all that. My father taught us those ones. Like he told us, run away from woman. That my father, there is one thing he told us that his father told him that there are two things that can kill a man. Mostly. And those two things, one, your dick. Any sickness you get from your dick, you will die. Anything you put inside your mouth, any poison that goes into your mouth will kill you. Anyone that comes through your dick as a man,
your private part,
you will die. But you see those ones, they say they bury something here. If you match them, they say those ones will kill. Now those ones are 50-50. You get the point now? He said that those ones are what? 50-50. But anything that enters your mouth as a man, get it for death. Anything that you contact through your private part, you are gone. So you have to be very careful in these two areas of your life. What to eat and what kind of woman you do what you mingle with. Now we're talking about how to be a good husband as a man. Okay. The things you need to inculcate
from your single days.
From your single days, yeah. I want to use myself as an example. I'm going to tell stories of how. Okay, not really a story. Let me just tell you how I was able to be a good husband. How I was building my qualities.
Husbandry qualities.
Of course. See, now I was intentional because now the Bible helped me a lot. I'm a Christian. I won't deny the Bible. There was this particular scripture that struck me very well. That said that, husband, love your wife as Christ loves the church. Is that true? Okay. Now Christ is the husband. The church is what? Is the bride. Now I'm going to ask you, the condition there is as Christ. As what?
So your ultimate model for being a husband is the way Christ loved the church.
Exactly.
Christ died for the church.
Exactly. Aware? Yes, now I know. Death is not about physical death too.
Death is death.
Okay, wait now, calm down. It's not about that death. I'm not talking about physical death now. Okay. There are areas you need to die. Now, when I start in that journey, I'm doing a work on myself. Okay, if Christ has loved the church, how? What is the action of Christ towards the church? What is the role of Christ towards the church? How is Christ treating the church?
Okay.
I begin to meditate on this thing. Now, I have never seen Christ quarrel with the church. And I made a decision I will never quarrel with my wife.
Okay.
You know it now. This is over 2 years that we've married. We have a quarrel. Now, this is a decision I took in my single days. So it didn't just happen because I got married. I have already written this thing down over the years. Now, I have not seen Christ get angry against the church. Now, if God gets angry against the church, you know what it means now? All of us will die. All of us will quit, man. But Jesus has been patient with the church. Jesus has been patient with the church. And it's okay. These are the fruit of the Spirit. Now, begin to look at them. Number one is what? Love. Christ loved the church. And he laid down his life for what? For the church. For the world, not even the church alone. For the world entirely. And if you come in, he's going to treat you like what? As what? As a husband and as what? As a wife. Now, one of my mentors, MP, said something striking. He said that you must be, as a husband, you must have the dual nature of Christ. The lion nature and the sheep what? The lamb nature.
Okay.
Now, as a lamb nature, when Christ is a lamb to what? To the church. He treats us with, that is the way Christ handles the church. He's even praying for us. Interceding for us. Okay. Like he's always standing in the gap for us. He laid down his life for us.
True.
He didn't quarrel with us. He's not putting any grudges against us. He's not keeping malice with us. He's not beating us. Christ have not beaten any of us. Jesus have not beaten any one of us. Are you getting the point? Now you say he's a lion. to the word there. He said the lion of the tribe of Judah. That means to the devil he's a lion. To the enemy he's a lion. You know what the lion means? If you cross, you go collect.
War.
Exactly. I'm born for war. So that is the dual nature of Christ. He possesses this thing. We call it the lamb that was slain at the foundation of the earth. Now we still call him the lion of the world, the tribe of Judah. How can these two animality be encompassed in one person? To tell you how these are the things that I was learning when I was single. And I said, okay, I'm going to be a wonderful husband to my wife. I made that decision that I will love my wife as Christ has loved the church. That was my decision I took. And I began to work on my character. Okay, and when I get peace, I say, how can I be peaceful?
Okay.
These are subjects we need to talk about. Most of us, when we go to church, we don't talk about these things. Let me tell you one thing about church. Our pastors have forgotten that church is not a place of preaching, it's a place of teaching. Church is not a place of what? Preaching. It's a place of what? Teaching. The Bible says that Jesus went about preaching to the cities and was teaching in the synagogue. Church is a place where you come and learn. We teach you the word. Then you go out there and minister and begin to preach. You're not trying to, because when we preach, sometimes we're trying to impress. You will prosper today. You don't need to tell a believer that he will prosper. You don't need to tell him those things that will make him happy. You need to teach this believer that these are the things you know. We learn principles. We come to church to learn, not to be preached to. You only preach to unbelievers. You teach the believers.
Okay.
I get the point. Now, some of us, the reason why some of us are not taking this thing serious, because if we talk about discipleship, if every believer gets it right with the fruit of the Spirit, you see this problem happening in Christianity, problem in marriages, it will die like natural death. If every believer gets it right with the fruit of the Spirit, you enumerate them, 9 of them, right? It's 9 of them. Yes. There are 9 of them. You're going to work on them one after the other. Oh my God. You see all these problems in marriages, failed marriages, bad parenting, all of them will die natural death. All these people will come to church, some people will quarrel, keep malice with this brother, this pastor, I'm offended with this pastor, I will not go to this church again because this pastor said something against me. How do you know? The pastor was just preaching, maybe God gave him a he was just speaking, he said, you pick up it, it's your story that he's preaching. You get the point? Now, if everybody gets this right with the fruit of the Spirit, and this one takes time. Today we rush our discipleship lab, 2 weeks, 1 week, we don't finish it. Foundation class, we don't rush and we don't finish. But in those days, the days of our fathers, these people can go for 3 months, 6 months on discipleship, learning this thing. I get the point. Learning this thing one after the other, step by step, to become a better version of themselves. This is where, like, in the church today, Pastor was talking about the tripart nature of a man: the soul, the spirit, and the body. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, where the whole thing lies, where the battle is in your mind. It's a be ye transformed. When your mind is transformed, you are good to go. You are good to go. So now, to be your husband, these are the areas you need to pay attention to. Mind transformation. You can't be coming with your father's mentality about marriage in 1970s or 80s or 60s. Your village culture. In my culture, women don't do this, women don't do that. Women shouldn't, all those their cultural, traditional thing about women against women. Mm-hmm. You get that point? See, unlearn those nonsense. Unlearn it. I took my time. Say no. Okay. Look at what happened. Now, I told my mother before I was single. I told my mother that, Mom, if I'm getting married, if my wife comes in the family house, she's not going to be doing anything to impress you. I'm not marrying for you. I'm marrying for myself. That was sounding harsh. Now get the point. Now I told my mom, even my siblings, that you saw those things when a girl come to visit the family, she'll try to do something to impress. Help in the house chores, sweep the house. The first week you came or the second week or those things, just to show her wifely duties. I said, it's not for my wife. She will come here anytime she want to wake up. She'll wake up and do anything she want to do. Not on that duress, not on that compulsion, not on that she want to impress. That this house, they have been sweeping this house before she came into this house. They have been cooking before she came. So nobody should disturb my wife. I've never met you that time, Mom. I said nobody should do what? Disturb my wife for any reason. This is how a husband should be thinking. All these are cultural, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. I don't want it. A husband should be a man that can protect what? the wife. Like Jesus was protecting the church. Jesus died for the church. That was a kind of protecting the church. I get to the point. The bride, because we are the bride. The church is the bride. Christ was the one who was standing for us, shielding for us against the enemy. I get to the point. That's the goal of a husband. That's supposed to be building that character, building that understanding about how you can be a better version of yourself. Not just because you get some money and you have some money, you want to get married. You can pay for the bills, pay for event hall, and call event planner, start planning. No, it's not enough. These are the things you need to. Like, I met a guy, I asked him, guy, how much are you preparing about marriage? He said, leave that one, I beg. What me preparing for marriage? Whenever I'm ready to marry, I'll just look for 1 year. I'm married. I said, no, bro. You went to school, spent 5 years studying law.
Spend 7 years.
Or 7 years studying medicine.
medicine.
Or even spend 4 years studying animal husbandry.
Or fishery.
Like some people spend 5 years studying computer science, and which they're not doing. Which they're not practicing.
Some people study fishery. I have not seen any fish.
You know, I mean, someone went to school and study fishery, only fish you. Now, you tell that person, you need to take 6 months of your life and study about marriage, and study women.
Okay.
Or study
the how women think.
How marriage works.
How marriage, okay.
He said, no, it's not necessary. If I marry, I would. You don't see that you are not okay. Something that will affect your whole destiny or your whole life. You don't pay any attention to it. You're not intentional about it. How? But you went to school to study nonsense. Some of us are not practicing. See, updated courses. They are not even invoked. They are not even practiced anywhere. You just spend your time studying it. Now, something that will affect your whole life. Because let me tell you, if you marry wrongly, your purpose, your vision will have a crack.
It can even be truncated.
Now, wait.
Permanently.
I'm coming. For the guys, for the men can struggle. Try to fulfill purpose, even with the wrong marriage.
It will be a struggle.
It will be a struggle.
Okay.
Now, for the ladies, they know. No lady, no woman can fulfill purpose in a bad marriage.
Seriously.
If she try to, she will die on it.
Is it a cause?
It's not a cause. We have a story in Nigeria. You want me to mention them? If she tries doing it, fulfilling purpose, she will die on it. Because since I got married, I have seen how vulnerable, how weak, how delicate a woman can be. Imagine one bad word from a man to a woman, how hormones is messed up. Then how will she have a right mind to think, to come with ideas? I want to propose, I want to do this, I want to do that. How? Just one word though. Don't crash her. She'll put her in emotional mess all through the week. Then how will she fulfill purpose with that? That's the problem, that's the challenge. So that's why we need to pay attention. The guys, I'm talking to the guys now, we need to pay attention on building our character. So we can be a better husband, can be a good husband, can be the best husband any woman can. When the woman marries, it's I've entered my rest. You see, when people say that marriage is hard, marriage is not really hard. Why is it hard is you're not prepared for it.
Okay, marriage is hard because you're not prepared.
You're not prepared for it. When you prepare for marriage is not hard.
It's like an exam now.
Yes, now when you go to the exam, I say, this exam was hard though. Like those days when in school, there are courses I wrote. When I came out, I was like, I will just smile and I will just go my home. So it's so hard. How? What is hard there? Because I was prepared and I got in it. It wasn't hard for me. I get the point. It wasn't hard for me. But those who didn't prepare for it, I complained that it was hard.
Yes.
Now tell me, how can two people who are prepared for marriage come into marriage and say it's hard? What is going to be harder? Tell me what will be hard in it.
Because everything that they're going to pass through, everything that they're going to, every challenge that they will experience, they've already prepared ahead of in their single life. Solve it. Exactly. Why they were single.
Exactly.
Yes.
So marriage for me is not hard though. It's not hard. See, if you prepare for it, it's not hard. Now you have worked on your emotions. Your communication, understand communication, how to communicate to a woman, how to communicate to a man. Then when you come there, just cruise. It's going to be cruise. That's the point. It's going to be cruise. So that is it on the husband. And we'll be talking about on the area of the fatherhood for the man. After that, we'll go into the priesthood dimension of a man who wants to go into marriage. Okay,
I actually understand everything you said about the husband dimension of a man.
Okay.
Which is beautiful. Let's talk about the...
There is more. Seriously, there is more.
There's more.
You know, when it comes about the husband, there is psychological side emotion side.
Okay.
A lot to talk about in the husband nature or husband quality of a man to qualify to be the right partner. So let's talk about the woman.
The husband has to work on himself to be a husband to one wife.
Exactly.
So that he knows how to. It's better. It's always better for him to learn on how women think generally.
Of course, now there is a work to do.
When a man learns how women think generally, it's easy for him to adapt to any woman.
Of course.
Because the way we think is completely. When I say
Seriously, completely different from the men.
How you guys think.
Seriously.
Hey, it is an opposite. You know that one when two sides of a coin.
Yes.
That's how it is.
Seriously.
So for a wife now, every young lady should work on becoming a wife.
Okay.
So you are a wife before you become a wife.
Okay.
So when the Bible said, "He who finds a wife," so a single man is searching for another single lady.
Okay.
Yeah. But what he is searching for in that single lady is a wife.
Exactly.
So even though she's single, she can be a wife while she's single.
Okay.
And being a wife while you are single doesn't just come automatically. You see, one of the mistakes many of us make is that we believe that we know what it takes to be a parent, for example.
Okay.
Now, when you ask us, how do you know you are going to be a parent? We will tell you that we watched our parents growing up.
Okay.
So we already know how to be a parent.
Okay.
But your parents may have been wrong.
In some certain area.
Yes. So the fact that your parents is celebrating 60 years anniversary, marriage anniversary, doesn't mean that your mother was probably not enduring for 59 years, enduring and staying there just for the sake of her children.
Seriously.
It doesn't also cancel the fact that there's a possibility that your father had no peace throughout that marriage.
Hey.
He was just there because he did not want to be an absent father for his children. So if your parents' marriage is the only model, only template for marriage, and there's an error somewhere.
Seriously.
Because your parents may have been wrong. So growing up as a young person, as you're working on yourself and you're developing yourself as a young person, there's need to also study that parent aspect. How to raise children. So those things which our parents did wrong, you now try to work on it to make sure you don't repeat the same mistake our parents made.
The word wrong may not be.
Okay, let me use the word wrong.
Yes.
Let's use the word.
They may not get it right. Let's say.
Not getting it right.
Better is better.
Okay.
Like some of them, they did it from the sincerity of their hearts.
Yes.
Because they didn't know better.
Yes. If they had known better, they would have done better.
Exactly. So when we say that we are wrong, it should assume that they knew the right thing to do and they didn't do it.
Okay. Yes.
I get to the point now.
I get
because some of our parents, they are naive, they're ignorant. They gave us what they know.
Some of them they didn't have access to the opportunities we have today now.
Of course.
Today now you can.
And most of them came from a polygamy home.
Today now you can be on your phone and follow the lifestyle of a family that is modeling it right. Good. That's posting it online. But then in our parents' time there was nothing like that. Even every family you look at is a polygamous family.
Mostly, I can say 80% of our parents came from a polygamous home.
So
it's just in this generation that we are trying to marry one wife, one husband, that kind of thing. But our parents' generation, most of them came from polygamous home.
Their parents too came from polygamous family and all that.
Polygamous square.
So a young lady should work on being a wife.
Okay.
Now you become a wife way before you enter marriage.
Okay.
The man has to see you or meet you being a wife.
Okay.
And there's some character traits in a lady that you can look at and say, this lady will be a wife.
Before you continue, let me help you there.
Okay.
You being a wife as a lady, maybe you're watching us. We're not saying you should go and do wifely role for that single guy, for that guy,
Who send you up?
Are you getting my point? Now, because we are saying this, we need to
create the balance.
Create the balance. Like, hey, he said he find a wife. I want to be a wife. Then you start going to his house and start washing his boxers and cooking for him
and cooking more and washing cotton.
And start raising leg up and tell us that you had that we said you need to start being a wife.
That's actually what many of us do currently.
Exactly.
You see a lady who's doing so much to impress a guy,
certainly,
to show a guy that she is a wife material. So she'll go to his house. She'll wash beans, cook moi. She'll pull down cotton, wash cotton. Hey. Do a lot of mob house and cook different variety of soups and everything, just to show the guy that she is a wife material. Guess what? Those kind of guys say when they want to marry, the lady that they'll marry, she will not even know how to pick a needle, a pin from the ground. She'll be doing everything up. So that is going to a man's house to cook for him, serve him, wash his boxers, wear big polo, cook indomie. Those are not what. In fact,
it's not what you're trying to say.
You shouldn't even be in his place in the first place. So you by yourself, you should live a lifestyle or have a the basics of it is character.
Yes, character. By your words, we know who you are.
Your words, your lifestyle, your actions, your courage, all these things shows whether you can
be a wife,
whether you are a wife indeed. So look at let's still look back at Rebecca, for example.
Okay.
Rebecca did not have to go to
Isaac's
house to cook for him, wash his boxers, wash singlet and wear big polo to show that she is a wife material.
Okay.
As immediately this man saw her, he knew that those things, those simple things.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes our mothers can sense or can see a woman a lady that is going to be a terror to their sons.
Yes, now they pick it.
Yes, you can pick it actually. As a woman, you can pick it. You want to just see one or two actions or like characteristics
they may not see those any action. You know, some mothers are spiritual.
Okay.
Just seeing that lady alone, their spirit has given that witness that this one a problem. That's why we encourage. Anyway, we are coming to the priesthood dimension of your wife or of the lady.
So a lady should work on being a wife.
Okay.
You be that wifely nature of care, nurture, hospitality, sacrifice. You don't do it to a man. Okay. You don't do it to a boyfriend. You don't do it to a fiancé.
Yes.
Do it to your brothers.
Okay.
Do it to your father. That's the reason why men like ladies that have good relationship with their father. Because they feel like if she has such good relationship with her father, it means she will also have good relationship with me.
Exactly.
It was when I was single that I listened to a podcast or a training that taught the person, the speaker was teaching ladies, and she was saying that as a lady, learn to respect men.
Okay.
Because men value respect so much.
Yes,
that respect is the height of it.
Yes, exactly.
You want to show a man you love him, respect him.
Just respect him. If
you want to show a man you care for him, respect him. If you want to show a man anything you want to show him, respect him. So she said that you, as a lady, you need to build that character of respect. Don't wait. Don't be waiting until you marry to show the man that you can respect
Start with
him.
your brothers.
Start with your brothers. When I heard that thing, that was when I started speaking to my brothers
in a respectful
manner. My younger brothers too, I speak to them in a respectful manner.
Wow.
Provided they are men.
There's a man.
He's a man.
There's a man in him.
It's not even an age. It's not even about age.
Whatever.
So I started speaking to my brothers in a respectful manner. I started speaking to guys around me, my male friends. I started speaking to my male friends in a respectful manner.
Wow.
Now I started speaking to bike people in a respectful manner.
Wow.
So when I enter a bike and the bike man drops me, I tell him thank you.
You pay him and say thank you.
I pay him and I tell him thank you.
Exactly.
I'm not telling him thank you for him. I'm telling him thank you for myself. I am building that lifestyle, that culture of being respectful, that culture of using the 3 magic words, that culture of being a person, a lady of virtue. Now, being a lady of virtue does not necessarily mean that you have to wait until you marry for you to be that. No. Okay. You can see a lady. There's a quote that says that you can know a person's character by how they treat people who have no value to add to them.
Exactly.
So when you go to a restaurant with a lady and you see her talking to to the waiter in a terrible manner. You see her talking to the driver, to the doorman, the conductor. You see her talking to them in an insulting manner, demeaning them and all that. You can know that this person,
has no
if
manners.
you marry her, a time will come in your life where probably you are down or something.
They'll fall back to you.
You are going to replace those people. So as a single lady, while you are single, that's time you're supposed to build virtue. I think that word virtue is where everything boils down to.
Yes.
So when you build that virtue as a lady, you learn how to communicate to the guys around you.
Okay.
Your male friends, speak to them.
To support you in this wife thing now about the ladies, let me tell you a story. There was this guy who was working in my site. He's an iron bender.
Okay.
He's a Yoruba guy, and he want to marry an Igbo guy, Igbo lady.
Okay.
Now, during their time of courtship, the sisters of the guy always call the lady. The lady was, good morning, ma. How are you? So the sister will fall back to this guy, say that the girl doesn't have respect. Why would you be asking us, how are you?
Okay.
I was like,
how are you?
Yes, that is the.
In this Nigeria.
Yes, now like. Maybe in the Yoruba culture, it's meant for the older person to ask the younger person, how are you? Not the other way around.
Okay.
But in our Igbo culture, any person can ask, how are you? How you
Anybody.
You see your father that day.
Even the kneeling down that men do.
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Now, the guy was trying to communicate to the sister that this is how the Igbo people are. Like, that is how they greet you. The how are you doesn't mean they are disrespecting you, just a way of greeting. They were not comfortable. They were struggling to accommodate that.
They're saying, this girl, she go lack respect.
Exactly. Now, the guy told the lady, if you go to our village to meet our people, please make sure you kneel prostrate to greet them.
Okay.
Now, the girl is like, the girl prayed. The girl did a prayer. Said God should help her. She got there, and she said, even kneeling more than the Yoruba people. That she, even when she came back in the Igbo land, she started kneeling down to greet. In
Igbo land, we look at like, what's your problem? Why are you kneeling down?
See, what am I trying to say? See, as a lady, as a girl.
Wait. It's actually strange now. Just thinking about this thing now. As an Igbo person now.
Yes.
And you are seeing somebody greeting you and the person is kneeling down.
Yes.
What's the problem? But in the Yoruba culture, it's a norm. In fact, you'll be seen as being disrespectful if you don't do those things. I like what the lady did.
Yes.
It's wisdom.
Few days or few weeks she was there, the thing entered her.
What she did was wisdom.
Hi.
Since you're going to be married to this man,
yes,
it's good for you to blend into
with their culture.
I think it's called the law of protocol or something. When you enter an environment, you make sure you blend into the culture
of those people,
the rules and regulation of that environment.
Exactly.
If you don't want it, you go, you get out.
Now, why I'm pointing out this is because some girls they don't know some ladies don't know whether it's an Igbo man or Yoruba man and what's going to marry them.
Okay.
Definitely, you have to be versatile. Like you have to know across cultures how they behave, how they respect people, how they treat people. Because if that lady wasn't prostrating while she was in Yoruba land, they would have said no to her.
Is it prostrating or genuflecting? Like
I don't know the right English to speak, but all I know is that she must prostrate.
Women don't prostrate though. I think women kneel or they bend a little.
I don't know, but what I know is that you must bend or you must kneel to greet.
You don't stand straight. You're not
their age. Who dare you? They know what you wear.
Igbo people are so funny.
Even one of the pastors that came, that is not an Igbo man that came to Igbo land to do his ministry, was like, these some boys they look you face to face and
they're looking at you on your head.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Can't you bow? Can't you? Oh my God!
So what I'm trying to say,
it makes you look as if people are proud. But that's how we were trained.
That is us. Let me say that is us. No, it's not about we are proud. No, that is how we were raised. We greet you face to face. Good morning, sir.
But then, if it's a lady who is to marry in Yoruba land, an Igbo lady to marry in Yoruba land, it's wisdom for her to blend. She has
of course,
to
the
culture.
So that's why I'm pointing this story to you now about this lady, that's an Igbo girl that went to Yoruba land. Within weeks, she blended. She was happy. Even when she came back, she was still doing the same thing. You see how God really helped her. So continue about the wife being a character, being virtue as a lady, so it can be a right partner. The goal, what I was talking about here, find the right partner.
Okay.
And we say, how can it's not about finding the right partner. It's about, you
being the right
partner.
first.
The question, the goal is to being the right. It's a being thing. Like our apostle always say, the goal to be a success is to being. It's not about doing. It's about being.
Being, yes.
You get the point? You have to be something, so to attract some things.
Okay.
Like an architect, what made clients to come to me because I'm an architect. I have been an architect. Like I have
you
become.
took out time to
study it.
To train yourself to become an architect. So
exactly.
automatically it attracts clients to people
exactly.
who wants to build.
I get to the point now.
If as a lady now, a lady who wants to get married, you know you want to get married. Your job should be to start working on becoming a wife. You don't wait until you hear pagang. If you know you want to, you are waiting for when they say okay, they finish ringing bell and say okay, we now make you husband and wife. Then I say okay, it's time to be a wife now. No, that wifely lifestyle, that character, that courage. If, for example, now when you see a lady who is possibly, let's say, exposing her cleavage, for example, and she's walking around, you're exposing your cleavage, and you say you want to marry. No, being a wife means even as a single lady, you know you're going to marry a man, and you know any man you marry would not like you exposing your private part to the whole world, something that belongs to you. You're not showing everybody.
Seriously.
So while you are a single lady, you should now work on yourself to be a wife.
Train yourself.
Train yourself. We're not saying you should live your entire life in a way to please a man. The kind of man you want to attract, you have to be the female version of that man.
Exactly.
So if I say, okay, I don't want a man that lies.
Okay.
The first time I heard a lady say she does not want to marry a man that lies. Okay. I thought she was Delulu. I was saying this lady. She had
lost her mind.
This lady she's not serious. In my mind, I was like, is there any guy that doesn't lie? In fact, is there any person that doesn't lie? And that was because at that point of my life, I was lying. Okay. I used to lie.
Okay, there was a lying version of you.
Yes, there was a lying version.
I didn't know.
Yes. Now you have known. You know, it's that point when, that moment when you are being cynical. Okay. That point when people think that what they do, everybody's doing
it. The mirror version.
If I steal,
mirror principle.
Yes, if I steal, I just believe that everybody steals.
Yes.
If I don't trust myself, I just believe that nobody can be trusted.
You have trust issues.
I have trust issues, and that's why I was like, this lady is delulu. What is she mean? I said that her standard is too high. That's what I said.
Are you serious?
So, but as the Holy Spirit started taking me through a process, as I started going through transformation, as I was being trained, as I was becoming a better lady, a better version of myself, I got to a point in my life where I will not lie for anything.
Are you serious?
If I want to tell you the truth, I will tell you the truth. Wait, let me finish my thought process. I will not lie for anything.
Okay.
Because I know that you cannot beat me.
Okay.
If I want to tell you the truth, I'll tell you what I need to tell you. There's no need to lie.
Okay.
So I got to a point in my life where there was no need for me to lie. I started being truthful. I became so truthful that there was. So I now had the standard that I will not even date a guy that lies. So I had to become a lady that does not lie for me to eventually have a standard to have a guy that does not lie. If I have that standard of wanting a guy that does not lie and I'm lying, I'm only deceiving myself.
Seriously. There's no way you can trust such a man.
Yes.
There's no way. Okay, there was a lying version of you.
Yes.
Seriously, I'll be thanking God every day for for bringing a new version of you into my life. But I don't know how I've dealt or how I've been dealing with a woman who lies.
You want to tell me that there was no time you were lying, that you were lying?
God really worked on you.
God worked on me, obviously. I will not lie.
The wars were that mood swing thing.
Mood swing was
You were worried about the war in China.
I was worried about everything. Even things that didn't make sense, but God helped me.
Okay, all you were saying about the wife nature of a lady, being the right partner. You see, the question is that finding the right partner. Everyone's on the lookout of finding the right partner, and they forget themselves. Okay, now let's talk about. We've spoken about the husband, the husband.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the father nature, father quality of a man, of a guy.
And the quality is to be built as a single person.
Of course, now all these things, like we are enjoying marriage. Our life is beautiful.
My life is beautiful.
Seriously, see, I can categorically tell you, or how do you talk that English?
Categorically.
And just I have something with my tongue. Tell you that I'm enjoying marriage.
Aww.
Yeah. If you want to Google it, check it on Google on Forbes.
Forbes.
Yes. The number one man that is enjoying marriage, that is happily married.
Nothing like that, I beg.
I'm not oppressing some people. So what I'm trying to say is that there are things you need to build before going into marriage. Okay. You don't come to the world and start learning how to shoot. All this trouble we're having in marriage is a broken home. This one is not doing well. He's not a good man. He's beating me. He's doing that because they failed that everything.
They were not trained.
They were not trained. They didn't go through training. You see the issue of marriage. I wish some of this curriculum need to be included in our schools.
In school.
Seriously. Because every society starts from the family.
Yeah, the family is like the basic unit of.
Yes,
of
now
society.
when social study, we are taught that the number one agent of change, social agents, is family. Man and woman coming together to become wife or husband and wife, to become marriage, right?
Yes.
Then family starts. Now, why can't we pay attention to this area? How can we go to school and study fishery? Now, in our curriculum, we don't include.
I wanted to say I drew a lot of butterflies.
Okay.
When I was in school.
Compound eye, label them, wings.
I labeled all of them.
Which is not relevant. Which is no significance of them in our life today. Mm-hmm. And I'm not. If I'm to be a medical doctor, I'm to be a veterinary. It will make sense for me.
All the eggs that I find. If you see how many eggs that I caught, up to now I've not used any of the eggs.
The eggs is not relevant in my life today. All the eggs I found. You solve the YDS, full board, full first page, second page, paragraph. I find the YDS.
That was
where are the YDS in my life today? I can't find any. Now, the things that is more important to our life is not in our curriculum.
Like financial education,
character
building, business development,
exactly.
Even parenting
should be included in our curriculum.
Even relationships because this is our everyday life.
It is our life. This is our destiny. It's supposed to be included in our curriculum, in our education, but it's not there. Like the pastor that came to the last day, Pastor Noel from Netherlands. See that in the school where his daughter is attending, they are teaching how to be nice. Can you imagine?
Like how to be nice.
How to be a nice person is a course. Imagine Nigeria. You say they teach people how to be nice. For where? Now, these are the things that we are not paying attention to. If we get this things right, seriously. Imagine a child from primary school or from middle school, start teaching that child how to be a nice person.
Nice person, or start teaching the child character.
Character teaching, character building from childhood. Do you think it will not reduce number of crimes in our society?
It will.
Because everything we have today, we learn today start from primary school. Our nursery school, primary school, secondary school. Our character, everything we learn today, start building from that foundation level, that basic level. That's how everything started. Now imagine a child from her nursery school days, she was taught or he was taught how to be a good person, character. Mm-hmm. Even that child, there's no way it will reduce crime in our society.
True. It
will reduce crime. But all this is, we leave it studying what I don't know. In our GNS 101, GNS whatever. We take years studying what I don't know. There's not going to be significance in our life. Now, the father dimension. If you look at the Bible or look at the history of fatherhood, you know that father is about source. Father is the one who starts a family. Father. I
think father came from the root word Abba.
Source, sustainer, provider.
Provider, yes.
And a compassing love. The character of a father is love.
Okay.
And you get the point. That's why the Bible says, "For God so loved the world." God is a father. The major character of fatherhood is love. That's why you see that father. There's something about fatherhood.
Well, the father don't usually express it. If you're looking for a one person that is an embodiment of love, is mothers.
Okay, because
Mothers.
wait.
Fathers, you can say fathers are sacrifice, responsibility, discipline.
That's our own language. That's our own love language.
Your language is discipline.
Discipline.
Your love
It's not
language
true.
is discipline.
It's not true. Now, fathers provide. That's love.
The provision is out of love now.
Of course, now.
Okay.
No, see, it's just that the way we communicate our love, if you don't, it's different. If you don't understand it, because the mother is always there, nurturing, caring, those things. So you think that is love, that is just love. I know that is love also, but the father, you know what the father does? Have you sat down one day and begin to analyze fatherhood? How the role of a father in a child's life? The father, who does more of the thinking in the family? It's not the fathers.
The thinking.
Yes. Like someone said that. So there is some memes that fly on social media. They say that now when you get to 30 or 40, when you see your father thinking outside, only him, you just know like this. Say, man, this day head. That kind of thing. Because a lot of responsibility. He's thinking how to raise his children, how to, growing up, I could see my father in pain, when he was not able to provide some certain things, like my school fees then, all those kinds of things. I could see the pain that is reflecting from his face. That moment you are incapacitated, you are not able to do some certain things for your children, it pains. Let's come from a place of love. I get the point. Now, as a guy who want to marry, who want to get settled down or marry on the day or not, these are the things you need to learn. How to be caring, how to be a father, how to provide, how to be a kind person. Fathers are kind. Fathers are loving. Fathers are provider, they are sustainer. They are the fathers are role models. I met a lady that was telling me, I don't want my children to look like my husband.
My husband or my father?
My husband, she's already in marriage.
Okay.
And the man is not doing well.
You know some men can be good fathers but terrible husbands. Are you aware?
Is that
some men can be good husbands but terrible fathers?
Are you sure?
Let me explain.
Okay, explain. Let's hear.
You can see a young girl, for example,
who
her father is her role model. She loved the man.
Okay.
She loved her father so much.
Okay.
And she will do anything for him.
Okay.
But check her mother. He is not treating the mother right. He's treating his daughter right. So sideways, he's not doing it well. But downward to his daughter, he's loving her. He's showering her. He's buying her things. Have you not seen men who value their daughters more than their wives? Yes, now. Why do you think this news is flying around where they say once a woman gives birth to a daughter, she has given birth to a side chick for her husband? What kind of mentality is that? Okay.
So
the man leaves the wife and then starts pouring out all his love on the daughter. So if the woman wants to get anything from her husband, she will go through the daughter.
Are you serious?
So if once the daughter comes to ask the father for anything, he will automatically do it. But when the wife asks for it, he will not be able to do it.
But you can agree with me that in such cases, those girls end up being a spoiled brat.
The daughters?
Yes.
Why will you say so?
Yes, now they are being spoiled.
Why are they spoiled? Why are they
if their father, if any man who treats the daughter more better than the wife, that girl, there will be a comma in her life, in the sense that she will be feeling so entitled. That kind of girl will know she's struggling in her relationship.
Why?
Because there's no balance in her life. Because the father, maybe there are some things that her father is giving her that when a man comes into her life, she'll be expecting more.
Is the father not supposed to raise the bar? The father is supposed to raise the bar.
Wait. Any man
teach her. Have you noticed that any daughter or any girl child that the father show love on and buy stuff for her and all that, he's communicating to her that anything you want. Like when I was growing up as a teenager, my father told me, anything you want at all, come and tell me.
Okay.
I will buy it for you. If I cannot afford it now, give me time, I'll be able to afford it. So it made me, when I started growing and I entered school, guys could not tempt me with material things. Because I know that if I want that thing, all I need to do is call my father and tell my father. Exactly. And he will look for ways to get it.
Okay.
So it was a failed strategy on me from a guy.
From the guys.
Yes, from a guy.
Okay.
So it was a good thing.
Fine. Now the argument is that you said that some men can be good father but not good husband.
Yes.
But I'm trying to
Picture it.
Picture it. Imagine how possible that could be.
It's a huge possibility. Have you not seen fathers, men who are there for their children, but they are not there for their spouse?
Okay. Is it that the wife is not doing something right, or is the problem is from the man?
If they are married, their relationship is failed.
Okay.
I was in a conference one time, and a man was talking, and he said that his relationship with his children is stronger than his relationship with his wife. And he said that everybody was normal. I was like, that is an error.
Very big error.
In my head, the thing just ran.
Very big error. Very big error. Very big error.
Those children are not the main.
They're not the main factor.
They're not the main factor in the marriage.
They are
a fruit.
How would I call
extension
it? Exactly.
Of the love that is being built.
The children will come and go. The children will come and go. Yes, when the children start growing up, like now, I'm not in my father's house. I'm living with my wife. My father is with his wife.
His own wife.
And they started alone. They will end up alone.
Yes.
That is nature.
That's how it's supposed to be actually. Unless they want to restrain all their children to stay back.
It's not possible now. It's not possible.
So the children will grow.
Of course.
And they will eventually go out there into the world.
Exactly.
So if you have not been treating your wife well, get ready. Do you know? I saw a post one time where a man was telling men.
Okay.
He was speaking to men, and he was telling men that every man should make sure they treat their wives right.
Okay.
That if the way you treat your wife when you are agile as a strong man will determine how she's going to treat you when you become weak. Because you become weaker before her.
Exactly.
But when you are becoming weaker, she still has strength.
Exactly.
And it is her strength that will sustain both of you. So if you treated her bad while both of you were starting out, just expect to be treated bad. Guess the shocking part. As I went through the comment box, a lot of ladies were saying that they are waiting for their husband in old age.
Are you serious?
A lot.
Hey.
Now, see, 80% of the comments there were ladies who were saying that they can't wait.
They are building up.
They are building. They are
revenge.
They are brooding.
They are storing revenge.
Yes.
Against the old age.
Yes.
See problem. Are you serious? Hi, problem there.
That's why a man has. You have to treat your wife. If you try to treat your woman, your wife well.
Seriously, now we are still talking about the fatherhood nature, the fatherhood dimension of a guy who want to be the right partner. Now we talk about he must be loving, love party, must be a provider. See, that's why the ladies look at a man who can provide, because all their life they are seeing their father provided for them. That's why we see when you see the ladies who have father issue, you know that's looking for love somewhere else. And when they say the guy that showing us glimpse of love, they run.
How that father issue? One day we just need to talk about
yes,
it.
we need to
because
talk about it.
Any lady who did not have a good relationship with her father,
yes,
she will have problem with her relationships.
Sorry.
That's because a father is supposed to be the first love of a daughter.
Exactly. That love showing.
A father should be the first person to tell his daughters that she's beautiful.
Yes.
I love you. Like validate her. Build her self-esteem.
Seriously.
If a father builds the self-esteem, the self-worth, the self-concept of his daughter, when she goes out there, she will not be looking for validation
from any guy.
Yeah,
she knows that from home. You see,
she's loved at home.
Oh my God!
So when she's going out there to do great things, bigger things.
Like come with confidence. Like she knows that from home, someone told her that she's beautiful.
She already knows because somebody knows.
You can't tell her otherwise. From childhood, like maybe a lady of 20 years or 25 years, all her 25 years of life. Her father was telling her that you are beautiful, you are good, you are intelligent, I love you. So you just meet her and start talking nonsense. You're not going anywhere. You're just on your own.
Yes.
Because all this while, there is a mindset she has built over these years that I'm beautiful, I'm loving, like I'm loved, like I'm cherished, I'm appreciated. You get that point?
And that's the work of the father.
That's the work of the father.
If it comes from the mother, it's a different thing entirely.
Okay.
The father's voice is what is going to solidify that belief system in her.
Because most of those things will be hearing, she will coming from the guys. Now she's coming from a man from her home, like the father. Now when she hears otherwise from the guys,
I already know. If she goes out and a guy tells her you're beautiful, she already knows. She has been hearing it all her life.
So this is what guy is supposed to learn.
Okay.
Learn this thing while you are single. to how to be a father, how to be a good father, how to provide, how to be loving, how to care, how to treat your daughter. Like that is another topic of his own. Okay. Raising a daughter as a father, as a man, you need to learn it. When she's a toddler, when she becomes a teenager, when she becomes an adult, the way you handle a toddler and the way you handle a teenager is not the same. The way you handle, like in school, they taught us in transformation school, they taught that for toddlers, you use what? The rod, right?
0 to 7.
0 to 7, you use what? The rod. From 7 to what again?
To 14. From 7 to the teenage
period age.
You use rules.
Now from adults, you use what?
Advice or recommendation.
Exactly. You become a friend to them. Mm-hmm. I get to the point.
Yes.
You become a friend to them. The way you treat a teenager is not the way you treat an adult. But this is where some parents miss it. Especially fathers. They will like the way they are treating their teenage daughter when the lady become an adult. Like when you see a lady who has grown, like you don't treat her.
Who has entered puberty.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Puberty is a teenage age now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So there's a way you handle her. There's a way you talk to her. There's a way you treat her. You get the point. These are the things a guy needs to learn. Well, I took my time to understand some of these things then. When I was single, I was learning this. I'm going to treat my daughter. This is what I'm going to tell my daughter. This is what I'm going to treat my daughter when I become a father. You learn this thing. You don't just assume you know it.
We assume a lot. We assume that we know it.
You assume you can be a father. You assume you can be a mother. You assume you can be a good husband. No, there's no room for assumption here. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional to learn this thing.
Just like somebody coming to do surgery on you, and the person is coming and the person say, you're asking the person, you are seeing him with lab coat. You're asking the person, are you a doctor? How do you know you can do the surgery? And the person is telling me, I assume. I just believe. Okay. I have faith that I can do the surgery. Now, we can't even give people, a random person, access to our bodies to do surgery on our bodies. But then we can enter into marriage. into being a parent, like ignorantly. We just enter there and like, just believe that we know.
Like, when children start coming, the destiny of those children is determined by parents. Okay. Somehow. Yes, now it's not about, most of the problem we have in society today about people is totally dependent on, it's coming from the parents, the parenting. When parenting failed, children will fail. It is said by the grace of God, those children get it right.
Many of the work parents do not do. That's what teachers are forced to do. That's what pastors are forced to do.
That is the problem we have.
Some of the things pastors are doing now, the mentorship, the guidance, and the discipleship, they're not supposed to be the first people to do it.
Okay, let me tell you. Now, do you know? No, it's not. Church didn't teach me how to pay tithes.
Okay.
My father taught me how to pay tithes. My father taught me how to honor prophets. My father taught me how to pay my tithes. My father taught me how to support the kingdom. My father taught me how to pray. My father taught me how to read the Bible. Everything about my Christian journey. My father taught me. I get to the point now. Now, coming to church, when I met one of my mentors, one of my pastors then, I told him that he's not the church, he's not this speech you are preaching about tithing. It's not how I learned it. I have been taught from home. So I'm not struggling to do it. Because over these years, I have learned it as a child. So that's why the church is not struggling. Like there are people who, like the reason why the church is struggling to raise some people. You teach today, tomorrow there will still come problems.
The foundation
the family
was not done right.
Exactly.
Now concerning being a mother.
Okay.
We talked about the fact that every man is first of all a father, a husband, and a priest. These are the three roles a man have in the family.
If I'm not qualifying these roles, don't even think about marriage.
Now, for the women, for the ladies, in the family, she has three roles, which is the role of a mother, the role of a wife, and the role of a priest.
Yes.
So let me talk about the mother role now. Sometimes I feel like I do not qualify to talk about the mother role. Yes.
Why is this?
Yes, I say that because I did not have that motherly. How will I put it? both motherly love,
Yeah.
motherly care, motherly.
There was no motherly role
There was
in
no
your life.
motherly role in
It
my
was
life.
absent.
Yes, it was absent. It was
Child.
absent in the sense that I lost my mother at a very young age.
There is not
So-
even young. You lost. Why? Your mother gave birth to you and died.
So wait, because of that, you know, as a young person, young lady growing up,
Child.
I was having this contention. Yes, there was a time when I was having this contention in my life. I was struggling with the fact that, am I sure I will be a good mother?
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I never saw the picture. Many times when people say, "Oh, happy Mother's Day," and they're celebrating their mother, I don't have any. How can I celebrate it? How can I celebrate it? I will just be there and I will look at them. I cannot relate.
What it mean? What it feels to have a mother?
I cannot relate.
Child.
There was only one person who came close to showing me that this is how mother. She did not do the whole picture, but this I just had a glimpse,
Yes.
and that was my father's sister. She showed me, okay, this is how, like through her actions, you know, her care, her love. She was the one who showed me that thing. So when growing up as a young lady in my 20s, I was having this fear. Am I sure?
Can be a
I'll
mother.
be able to.
Yeah,
So
good.
then, back then in school, you know, all this school fellowship and all that.
Okay.
There was this some people, you know those things that normally happen where they will be calling you mama, papa.
Mama,
Each time they call me mama, there's this guilt that comes to me. Like I feel like I'm trying to get the words to that moment when you are posing as something you are not.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just trying to get the word
Okay.
to describe it. So I feel like, are you sure these people know? I don't think they know that I don't qualify to be a mother. That was it. So, but as time started going by, I started working on myself. I started developing myself. I started building that character, that lifestyle of being a wife and a mother. Like basically working on myself.
Yes.
And I did not wait till I got married to work on those things.
Yes.
I started working on those things as a single lady. And because I started working on it as a single lady, I started expressing it to people around me. So people around me, both guys and ladies, everybody around me started having a feel of that characteristics in me. So without knowing it, I had grown to a point where I was mothering some people without even knowing it. So some people who did not experience that thing in their family or whatever, they saw that trait in me and they started coming close. And all that. So I was expressing it without knowing it. So it made it easy for me when I got married. It also made it easy for me currently now as a mother. It's easy for me to express, and I love my daughter so much. I love my child so much. So and it's easy. I enjoy motherhood now. It was something that I felt like this is something I do not qualify for because I did not experience it. But that is a sad experience, but I've grown. So this just summarizes the fact that whatever it is that you are not currently,
you can become it.
You can become it.
Certainly.
You can become it. So that motherly role does not necessarily mean we don't need to you know, it is my life. I made a decision that I don't have to birth somebody from my womb.
Yes.
Before I would love that person like a mother.
Very, very profound.
I learnt it.
Very profound.
I learnt it through my life.
Seriously.
I've seen women who took time to love other people's children. You will not. They tell you that this person now is not this person's child. You will not believe it.
Because for me, sorry for cutting you short, I don't believe that fatherhood or motherhood is about blood.
Okay.
It's about responsibility. It's about that love. Get the point? Like in the case where I've seen some couples go for DNA tests and the man found out that he's not the father of those children.
Okay.
And all of a sudden he just abandoned those children. I'm like, is this man okay?
Okay.
These children you've known all your life that these are your children, and they love you as their dad.
Okay.
Just because you find out that he's not blood DNA.
What about the trust that would have been broken between him and the wife?
That one did. Made the wife collect the problem. But you see those children, it's for me and it will not be me anyway. They will remember my children for life. Because it's about, like, you have built connection with these children over these years.
It's like you now, somebody just come to you as this your age.
I say my father.
Your father is not your father.
Okay, where is the biological father? Where you dey?
Okay, I can see you.
Okay, I can see, no problem. Bye you.
I celebrate you.
Okay, there you go. I don't know you. the man that have shown me love over these years,
through his
lifestyle,
his
through
actions,
oh my
his
God,
word, his sacrifices, is this man.
this man, he has laid down his life for me. This is the man I know as father. Now just because of one spam escape from somewhere and enter one woman.
He was a spam donor.
He say, so Mike, how they follow you? Okay, I should come and start following you because you're my biological father. You now, Oga, thank you. No problem. Thank you for donating your spam. I appreciate. Bye-bye. This man is my father. And it won't change any iota of anything. Nothing will change. So when I see those men react negatively on those children and abandon them and this man, that means you have not been a father from the beginning. You have not been a father from the beginning. Any real father is not about.
If you were a father from the beginning, you know that you can father somebody that you do not give birth to.
Yes, now.
And that fatherhood dimension starts from being single.
Exactly.
When you are, I told you that there was a podcast I listened to when I was single.
Okay.
When the person that was teaching was saying that as a young guy who is aspiring to be a father,
okay,
while you are still single, you can start doing one or two things that will prepare you to your fatherly role. For example, when you are coming back to the house or to a family house or something, you buy something.
Exactly.
You take responsibility.
Yes.
Fatherhood is responsibility.
Yes, that is it.
And you will bear that responsibility all your life.
Exactly.
So you can start once in a while, bear the responsibility of people around you, your sisters,
yes,
your brothers, your parents, one or two. I'm not saying you should go and carry everything on your head though, but just small. Practice it in different places so that it would have solidified in you that
is where you are going. Yeah. See, when people struggle over these things, motherhood, fatherhood, that means they didn't prepare for it. They didn't, that time we gave birth and all that. So, and people were saying that a lot will happen, a lot will change, that. So, I've already conditioned my mind that whatever that will come out, the emotion, whatever that will come during that period, I have created a balance in my mind to accommodate it. The space. I created that space.
That period is actually a sensitive period.
Very, very.
There's a lot of contention, a lot of pain, a lot of shaking. And I've actually heard a lot of some people say that when a couple give birth,
yes,
that's when their love start diminishing. And it's understandable if you look at it from the perspective of that period. It's a sensitive period.
Okay.
It takes maturity to be able to manage that season.
Okay.
Because that season, there'll be a lot of flaying up, a lot of anger, outbursts, emotions, and a lot of other things that will happen that season. Okay. So it takes maturity and being prepared to be able to handle those shakings and still remain.
Yes.
So children come with a lot of cries, midnight cries, sleepless nights, stress and everything.
Okay. So in a nutshell, how can you tell a lady to prepare for motherhood?
The motherhood has to be prepared as a single lady.
Okay.
So as a single lady, it doesn't take anything for you to care, love the people around you. Okay. They don't necessarily need to be from your womb.
Okay.
So if there are children around you, as little as you are coming back and you see small children gather you, auntie, and you take 100 naira and give them to go and buy. That's you are showing care.
Exactly.
As little as you see a baby crying, the mother is not available at the moment. You now leave the baby and say, if you like cry your lungs out, I don't care. Your mother will come and take care of you. But you can take that child, carry that child, nurture that child, calm the child on depending when the mother will come back.
Yes.
As little as somebody comes to visit you, you are a single lady, somebody comes to visit you, there's something called hospitality. You find the person
food.
You give the person food. Somebody cannot come and visit you and then you are looking at the person just looking at you.
Do you realize that our mothers, you can't come to the house and go without eating? No matter who you are. One of my friends said that I don't know how many of them in the family. His mother is we call them guidance and counselors, guidance and G and C.
Okay.
In school those days, the guy said that if you see the kind of crowd that comes to his house, on daily, on weekly basis, you will remember where is the one that getting this food that we feed on the paper?
Like what are they coming to do?
Like everyone is bringing their friend.
To do what now?
Just stay, go, last weekend. Like house always feed up. Like it's always full house every now and then. He was telling me that the way the mother cook for everybody. Like everyone must eat.
They are
The
actually
same pot too.
family like that.
Aye. Like
My family is
everybody.
one of such where
Yes.
different people. Each time we come back home like this, you see different children will leave their house.
Yes, now.
And they are coming to stay in our house. So, some of them will sleep over.
over.
They'll join us to eat morning,
Hey.
afternoon, night food, and all that.
Like
And
in my family, there's something like this one a visitor. This one, there's something like that too. Everybody eats from the same pot. If my guys come to visit me now, we are eating from the same plates. Like there's nothing like give this one, give this one.
there's that segregation.
No
because
segregation.
It comes from your mother now.
Everybody.
That motherly heart.
Everybody.
That motherly role. Have you noticed that this hen, this local hen, each time it's hatching its egg.
Okay.
If you take a random egg
And
from another fowl and put it there, it will hatch all of them.
Yes, no. Yes.
It will not say, you're not my egg. Get out of here.
So these are the things some of the ladies need to learn. Some ladies are very stingy. Some ladies are stingy. They don't know how to be a mother. And it starts from like this. You
For being single.
For being single. So a guy visits you or some people visit you, you are always holding your things. Always holding your things. But when we were in school, I met some girls who are stingy. Like, you know those days that we are broke now, we are in school and all that. You go and normally, most times, ladies always have food. Yes.
Shop banker.
Uh-huh.
I was one of them.
Uh-huh.
I used my last card to buy food. I was sure they steal in my house.
So,
in fact, there was this thing that was said among my friends. They said if somebody is dying in the middle of the night and it's food that is the problem, go to Stephanie's house. She must have something. And the person will eat to revive his sleep.
So there are ladies then, you come to their house, like I'll purposely go there and say you hunger, they finish me. I go this day, I go see something, chop, that kind of thing. Yeah. Like you see them going out of their way to make sure you eat. I can remember one lady then, when I was in school then, I came to her house. She said, what did you cook here? Like I was, if you see that time, I have no shishi, but I was pride. I asked the lady, what did you cook? She said, I cook jollof rice. I said, jollof rice.
And you don't even have jollof rice.
I said, she cooked jollof rice. I said, why didn't you cook white rice? You know I like eating white. She's not my girlfriend though. It's just a lodge mate. We are just close. We are just good friends like that. Like I was. You could see the audacity in me. The stew, the rice. Did you fish or meat?
She knows you are joking.
No. Like the girl was attending to me like, hey, please, Caleb, it's me too. I hope you manage it.
Sorry.
I said I wanted to eat fish. So sorry now.
Who are you?
When I remember those things, I would just be laughing though. The girl was like, this guy, who be you, Zeb? And I've been with a date senior man that you like. Okay. She's in a relationship. She showed me her engagement, diamond ring they bought for her at the time. Imagine those days. Like she's a big girl. But based on the way I package myself and my
I'm just looking for a right one now to describe you.
I was like,
the
girl was like, bacon on me, please. Just manage the rice I cook. She go bring her more. Come give me. How they chop like boss? After eating, I was like, what did this girl take me for? Like this girl was taking me like Lord though.
And funny thing is that ladies like that, when the next guy comes, another guy, there's a possibility that she will treat this guy the same way. So this is how she treats all the guys around her. It's not like it's a segregation or she only treats the guy she's dating that way.
I was not dating her. I don't give her any money. I was just a broke guy that comes around her to make her laugh, just with gist and talk. She loved my company. You know, she loved my company. You can't stay around me and be bored. There's no boring moment with me.
Now, so such a lady now, if you were ready to marry that time, wouldn't you have considered her?
Why not? I saw like okay, even her own the land work where the lady did. That's the lady that was close to me then. Oh my God, that lady! I tagged her my school mother. Yes, she was so dead. Since over 10 years now, I've not seen her again. I've not met her. I don't know what happened.
And you remember her because she left
oh my God.
a significant
this girl took care of me.
Impact in your house.
I cannot go hungry around her.
Chai.
And this is a lady, she was dating a big guy that time, and an import at that time. I was a broke ass guy. All that. This girl took care of me.
That thing she was doing was a preparatory lifestyle for the marriage that she's going to.
If that girl comes to them and asks for my last card, that she's the Indian need, I will make that transfer for her to save her life.
Do you know? I remember when I was in school.
Okay.
I used to have, there was some of my lodge mates, there was this like about 2 or 3 guys random, they just come, hello Stephanie, what did you cook? What I cook? I'll give them. I'll be giving them, like they know that if they are hungry,
yes,
if they come to my room, they must surely get something to eat. And I was doing it because I'm happy. I'm happy when I'm sharing my food with you. Come and eat. So they were always doing. It got to a point itself that they had to say, you have been giving us food for a long time. We have not even been helping you. Or you take so amount, add it to the next food you want to cook. If you cook finish, give us 1 plate. That kind of thing.
Yes.
You see, that kind of lifestyle.
Exactly.
When the lady do such thing, a guy by yourself, you know that this person now, this kind of lady, you can't go hungry around her.
If they're not,
when you bring a stranger into your house, you know that she's not going to maltreat that stranger.
Even if they're not ready for money, they can recommend you.
Yes.
They can. Like I know of a lady, a family friend today. They are married. They are doing very well. Do you know the people that recommended her for that man? And the man was working on a company then. It was her school friends, like younger friends around her, female friends around her. They said that their brother must marry her.
Are you serious?
And today they are married and doing wonderfully well.
Sure.
Because she was taking care of all of them. She took them like sisters, take care of them. You know, there are people always come to you. When I was in school, I don't know why. I wasn't the best architect student then, no. But I always have people coming to me to tutor them, to mentor them. And I didn't pursue them. I treated them like, oh my God, to today. So then, they call me father. They call me mpa. That is how they address me. These are students today, no. They always come to me and say, please, I want you to mentor me. I was like, what did they see in me?
Yeah, they see something in you that you were not seeing in yourself.
I was like, I'm not the best guy in the class. So like, I'll say, if you want to learn this thing, go and be that guy. But they always coming to me. Not one, not two, not three, not like. Then do you know what happened? When I was in my final year course, final year project, I was sleeping.
As an
architect, imagine the heavy work, the heavy work on us. Like you don't know sleep. If you sleep, you fail. There's no room for sleeping. But I will sleep.
Architect, I
will sleep and wake up. Because of what? Sons, daughters, I have raised. Because of my fatherhood nature. Because I was caring, I was loving to them. I was not coercing them, I was not shouting, I was not taking advantage of them. And there are some young years you can take. I was guiding them right. They came out in their mass, and they took all my work and did it perfectly. Like when I was, wow, this is wonderful. That is how a man, when you are growing, when you are single, when you are growing, incorporate this into your how to be a good husband, how to be a father, how to be a priest. We are coming to that next. So that, you start learning this is how you're expressing these things around people, around people around you. Not to see when you marry and start doing, but no, let people around you see you as a father.
Do experiment, practice with those people around you first.
Like you can't be wrong about it.
Your siblings, your neighbors, those around you.
Yes, now there are people today like, oh my God, they say, wherever you are, let's not just the call. They see you as a father. They always call you for advice, for this, that, for guidance, for this. Oh my God, it's something that is so sweet.